Why do we feel we need to go across the world to find happiness? This morning it struck me when I read online that over the weekend we passed the record of 25,000 flights in one day. We live in a modern economy. People are getting more wealthy. A lot more people can afford travel. So people are traveling all around the world. But as we become conscious people, we need to be mindful of our impact, of our economical impact, of our social impact, of our environmental impact. And what I find is that I love traveling, I love adventure. But over the years, I've discovered that what I was seeking across the world, I could find in my backyard. I live very close to a forest and it's magnificent. I don't need to go to Bali to do a yoga retreat when I can do one up north an hour away from my house. The other thing I found out recently is that there are thousands and thousands of big boats carrying goods all across the world, and that only 15 of these large boats equate to the pollution of all the cars on the planet. This made me realize of the importance of buying local. We might be a vegan, but if we buy vegetables coming from across the world, then we are not contributing to the wellness of the planet. We might be a carnivore and then we buy our meats from across the world and we're not contributing to the wellness of the planet. So it made me realize that as a conscious person or someone that aspires to be more and more conscious, I need to be really, really mindful of the impact I have all around the world. The impact I have on people by my way of being, and the impact I have on the environment by the products that I buy, but also the impact I have socially. I've read that in some of most of our cell phones, there are some very specific materials that are mined in Africa by kids. So are you aware that when you go texting on your cell phone or you go on your Facebook account, you are using a phone where there's been minors and kids that have been used to produce the products. We're not aware of all that. There was a show at one point on the factory where the iPads are made by Apple in China, where there's very, very high rate of depression, burnouts, and suicide because people are treated like robots in these factories. So this is a big awakening for me today as I woke up and I read all that about the impact that we have. And very often as consumers, these impacts are not visible to us. And I dream of a day when we buy something, we can have right away the impact, social, environmental, economical impact could be advertised on the product that we're buying. But I think if we are really conscious and we're really curious, we can actually find out about all these things. And the more we are conscious, the more we are mindful, the more we are committed to ensure that all our actions are having a positive impact on the world, or as the minimum, the least damaging impact on the world. So as you endeavor to be conscious, how mindful are you about the impact that you're having on the planet?